Okay, so I'm about to speak to Jara Maria Anders, who's the lead actress on a film called Dexit, which is up for multiple awards at our festival. Congratulations, welcome to London.
Thank you, I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you. Can you tell me, I know you're the actress in this, but luckily we had a bit of a preamble, I talk earlier. Mm-hmm. You actually know something about the background to this film, I believe. Before we get on to the acting part, can you explain a synopsis of this film, a brief idea of what the film is actually about, and then also, after that, tell me how you became involved in the film.
Okay, so Dexit is a little bit connected to Brexit.
And we know all about that.
Yes, and it's basically, you know, right now refugees are coming to Germany, and it's basically, the movie is about that actually we three protagonists have to, or we three figures have to flee out of Germany.
Because it's two, I seem to remember, two girls and one boy.
Yeah, two girls and one boy.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So that's it in a nutshell.
Basically.
But give us a little bit more. So yeah, okay. So can you give us an idea of what happens on the way without giving too much away?
Of course. Well, they follow us, and we don't know why actually. Yeah. And everybody in the audience can think themselves what they want to think, why. Yeah. And basically, yeah. For example, I get raped, and I'm the one who has to suffer the most, I think. Yeah. And through that period, we have to suffer a lot at the time, and one time we get like rescued, but it was fake, a fake rescue. You can see that in the movie. Yeah, yeah. And yeah, at the end, I have to die.
Thank you.
So I don't know what to say. It's like
no, that's fine. So tell me. Yeah. So how were you involved in the production as well as the acting part? How did that all come about?
Okay, so you mean how we found each other, like
how were you
crew?
Approached? No, yeah, the cast and crew. How did you become involved in the?
Okay, it's easy to say. Well, I actually searched a half year or more to a movie in which I can play actually a leading role, or a character which is more huge or big.
Yeah, bigger part.
Yeah, bigger part. And I searched in the internet online. And Lars Jordan, the director of the movie, just posted everything. Like he needed actors, actresses. Here's my number, and so I just called him.
So were you only prepared to work in, say, I don't know, German and Austria, or Switzerland or whatever, or were you prepared to work if the role was correct? So were you just limiting yourself to German films, or
no?
Right, okay.
I'm always on IMDb looking abroad too for parts. Yeah. And I think it was just a coincidence at that day that I looked, because he wrote like in a week he wants to shoot.
Oh my God! So.
And I called, hey, do you have still a part for me? Yeah. I would like to act if you have still a part. He said, yeah, I need a leading role and another leading role, and he still looked for everything. Wow. So it was very till the last minute like this, and 3 days before we actually shot, he told me I can play the leading role, Lisa. So we met after we.
Yeah. So yeah, okay. Yeah. So you've been cast. You've been cast in the film. Mm-hmm. Why? I mean, because we know in the UK that you've had a huge amount of immigrants coming into Germany. So I guess this is very relevant. What we call zeitgeist. I don't know if that's a word you use. Which means of the now, so it's very of the now. But we don't really understand the implications of the refugees that are coming into your country. I mean, how much of a problem is it?
Right now?
Yes.
How much of a problem? Well, you see,
does it really affect you? I guess is what I'm saying. I mean, I don't know, you've had 800,000, a million,
for example,
I don't know.
I'm really affectionate of the fact. Right. Because when I go on the street in Berlin, you see in every corner, in every U-Bahn or S-Bahn, every side, like 10 meters, you go 10 meters or 5, and there's another guy lying on the floor, and needing money and everything. It's like, Berlin is maybe the most where you can see it, what I figured out. Right. And I live there, so I see it every day, and I think it's what can the world do for them? what can I do for them?
It's very, very difficult, isn't it?
And maybe the movie is like that you think about this, about the war. Sometimes in the movie he put pictures about the war in there too. Lars, the director, and so this movie should like remember also other people in other countries about what's happening. I think it's like, and also if you're a German, how would it be you have to flee? How would it be for yourself? You see these people on the street.
Yes.
But imagine you're that person. Imagine you're the one who has to flee. And I think, well, I was thinking a lot about this while shooting, and I had a lot of questions to Lars, and
So did you? How can I put this? Did you buy into the film? Did you enjoy the script?
When I read this, I was very shocked, and also I thought it's a huge challenge to do that movie, and I thought I want to do it.
Because it's quite a tough role to play.
It's a tough role, and I thought I really want to do it, and to really feel what happens for me.
Yeah.
For example, I also didn't eat for 4 or 5 days, because at the end I had to be thin anyway, because of being dead and thin. I had to be like thin. So I didn't eat for 4 or 5 days.
So you looked really not emaciated, but you.
So I wanted to feel really how people feel when they are in such a situation, and I have to tell you, after the 3rd day of not eating and being in the cold like this all the time, shooting like really after one scene of a cut. I mean, when he said cut, we were staying like this. We were like really frozen.
Where was it?
And I was barefoot.
It was shot in Germany.
Yeah. We shot between Holland and Berlin in Harz.
Right. Okay.
Deepest forest. Yeah. Oh. And I was barefoot, and it was cold, and it was like all the time. No, but I mean, it's an experience,
Yeah.
It's like I know how they feel a little bit. I know I'm as an actor secure, but in that character, I felt it.
Yeah,
how
you felt the discomfort and distress,
like the suffering.
So, did you at any point think this is quite a demanding role? I know you touched upon you're raped in it, and obviously it's quite hard. You've got to portray this woman that's been abused, who's going through this suffering. Was there any point you thought, I really don't want to do this? I mean, because it can be quite hard to have to portray this on screen, but does that make sense? Was it like at any point do you think this is actually a bit more visceral, a bit more brutal, a bit too much for me to do? Or are you completely okay?
No.
But then I suppose you went in with your eyes open. You knew what was expected.
Yeah. But I was, when you start reading something and you kind of fell in love with the character.
Yeah.
You have the feeling you want to go through this. But it's a limit also sometimes. I mean, you go to your limit sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, there was a 3rd day when I didn't eat. At the end of the day, I was finished myself as a person too.
Yeah,
so I thought,
that's enough. Take me to McDonald's.
Okay, I need to just sleep tonight and hear nothing. And yeah.
And how long was the shoot for?
Well, it was 3 weeks. And we had like a tough, we had to do like 10 scenes sometimes a day.
Right,
and at the end of the day, it was too less time sometimes. It's like we had a little.
Yeah, because look, I know filmmaking. Everyone sees it as this glamorous job, but I know it's bloody quite hard work, very hard work. And I guess you had long days as well.
Yeah, we had.
Yeah, so
4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning till at night sometimes. So.
Was it, looking back, was it quite hard to? I mean, was it a tough shoot?
No, it was. Well, we all were. I think it's amazing, our team, that everybody really pushed and wanted to go to their limits. Everybody in this team, everybody. So that's really, for me, if you feel everybody is like this around yourself, you feel more pushed yourself, It's like everybody pushes everybody to be strong to do that.
Yeah, to finish the job.
Yeah.
So when you finished a film, do you like watching yourself on screen, or do you hate it?
Okay, the first time.
Because a lot of actors and actresses hate it.
Yeah, I know. The first time I was sitting like, oh my god, I should have done this different. Oh, like this, You're like a little bit nervous, of course. But the second time, I liked more watching it. But the first time it was like.
Well, and is your background? Have you always been an actress, or have you done other things, or is this?
Well, I'm honest. I'm doing a lot of other things too.
Right.
Well, for example.
To make sure you get the money, I assume. You
No,
know,
no, like.
Not like, what I mean is you've got to make a living. Sorry, that's what I mean.
Yeah, the living. Like,
yeah, you've got to make a living.
I'm like dancing.
Right.
No, for living I'm doing piano teaching or German lessons.
Okay, right, wow.
By the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have a lot of, like I dance, I sing, I do a lot of other things too.
Right, which is not unusual. A lot of actors and actresses are involved in other artistic things. You know, it could be like musical.
Right.
What
or
is
modeling,
it?
or you know.
Yeah, but ultimately, what is it you're going to do? Is it going to be acting? Is that
acting?
what
Yes.
is the thing?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm already doing more.
What was the best part about making it? What was the most fun?
You mean in the movie?
Yeah.
Okay, the most fun was challenging too. It was I had to eat raw meat, and you know, in a really high budget movie, you have like a bread which looks like meat, but we didn't have that.
So was it actually raw meat?
It was raw meat. I bite into it.
And what was the meat?
Well,
because if it's steak, you can eat that, but it wasn't steak.
I felt like a, I don't know, dog or something I felt really like a not human being anymore, not really.
But then that's part of the story, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Lars, I asked him before. He wanted that like this. He wanted that I feel more like a, you know.
Did you know that
back
before?
to the animals?
Okay. Did you know this before you started making it? Did you knew that this scene was going to happen?
Yeah.
Or did he say to you, so he didn't say to you one day, look,
No. He
I've got some bad news for you.
He told me on set, you have to actually bite in raw meat. Is that okay for you? And I said, well, we don't have another possibility, so another option, so I do it.
So okay, sorry, what was the meat you were eating? Because this is important, it's quite interesting.
Yeah.
What was the meat that you had to eat?
Well, it's just a steak. Like,
a steak's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
You can virtually eat that raw anyway.
But the thing is to really,
Oh no.
It's okay.
No, you're right with that.
It was actually a one shot, like what you say?
Single shot.
Yeah.
What, one take?
One take. It was a one take. So
okay.
I was fine with this.
Okay, no, I don't think I could do. What's happening now post Dexit? Have you got anything that you're now working on? Any new movie projects or?
Yeah. I have like. Well, right after I got like international things like. Berlin Station. Do you know John David Coles? He also did House of Cards.
I know House of Cards.
Yeah, and he shot Berlin Station. I had a little role in this, and then I had a little role also in Mute. Mute is from Duncan Jones.
Yeah.
He did The Moon, a really wonderful movie, and I had a little role there too.
Yeah.
Yes, and now I have again a German role in a crime.
Okay.
Yes.
So you've got work coming in.
Yeah.
Okay, so. If one of your friends comes up to you, who's never had anything to do with movies before, and says, I want to be an actress, what would you say? Don't touch it with a barge pole, or what would your advice be?
I would say, if you want
Are you mad?
No, listen. If you want that 150% and you want to, put all your energy in that, and you're 150% sure you have a talent and you have the strength to have like disappointments, like because they don't take you.
A lot of no's. You've got to be used to no, haven't you?
Yeah. You have to be used to that somebody says no to you, and you have to keep going, and really, I would say, have in your head, or before you fell asleep, say yourself 20 times, I'm getting a job. And I'm going to be a lead actress in a movie. And if if you don't do that, you don't have self-confidence, and you will never make it, I think.
So when you got this job, and you found out you're going to be a lead actress, what was your first reaction?
I was thinking, I think.
Shit, yes.
I think yes, but I thought also okay. My work before with my head, making my self-confidence. Worked also, the job which I did with my what do you say, brain?
Use your brain.
Yeah, like to step by step to think more, to believe in yourself that it's gonna work. And
I know you said about looking at yourself on camera. After the film is finished, watching yourself act can be a little bit difficult. But when you've seen the film finished, complete, and you watch it for the first time with other people. What are you thinking then? Can you explain how that feels? Does that make sense?
Yeah, wait. You mean when
Okay,
I
so
see
the film
first,
is finished.
Yeah.
For the first time you see it complete, with the music, with the effects, everything done, with other people around you.
Yeah.
You're watching yourself on screen. What are you thinking? What are you feeling?
It's mixed feeling.
Because it must be an amazing feeling.
Well, it's also an amazing feeling, but it's mixed because there are like situations I thought, well, that's nice, but I could have played this a little bit more, colorful, for example.
Yeah.
And then I think also I'm proud of,
that you've done it.
that we all did it. At the end I felt like a family, with that crew and cast. And it's not, for me it was the best crew and cast I've ever had, because nobody did fight, nobody is like hitting somebody or being rude in the back.
Being
I don't
an
know.
arse,
it's like, this crew was an amazing crew for me, and it was so nice to work with them, and I felt proud for all of them, all of us, how that worked out.
Brilliant. Listen, thank you.
Thank you so much.
I said it'd be painless, and it was. You're very, very good. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.